Get ready to get covered in cheese.
I'm going for it.
Slathered in sauce and totally soaked in some of the messiest and stretchiest grub in the country.
I'm making a total mess of myself here.
It is the bomb.
We're not holding back. Pouring, stacking, and spreading more layers than ever before.
It's so gooey, like melts in your mouth gooey. It's so good.
So stick with us and dig in as we lay the love on thick, the sauce even thicker, and get fired up on Food Paradise. California cuisine may have you thinking super thick burritos layered with cheese. But just south of Los Angeles, in the city of Santa Ana, foreign cultures and cooking are melting together. Case in point, the 4th Street Market, a gourmet food court flooded with everything from tremendously cheesy Italian eats to all-American melt-in-your-mouth burgers.
It's just so many cultures, so many tastes in like one block.
But behind one counter, a new Asian influence is stirring up Mexican-style meals messier than ever before at Dos Chinos.
Tons of gooey, melty cheese and sauces on there. The only way to get in there is just with your hands.
Owners Hop Fan and Viet Tran set up shop in the market in 2015, but their history runs a bit thicker than that.
I met Hop on the ball courts in San Diego Elementary School. And I was riding my bike by one day, and he's like, hey, are you Vietnamese? I was like, yeah, I'm Vietnamese. He said, I don't believe you. Well, okay. Ask me something. He said, how do you say in Vietnamese? And I told him, you know, basically in Vietnamese.
And they've been thick as thieves ever since. After 5 years in a food truck, head chef Hop is driving their street food to a deeper depth of cheesy madness, mixing their own Vietnamese dishes with Santa Ana's Latino hometown flavor.
Hop is just crazy, you know. He just comes up with these crazy ideas.
His craziest creation to date, the lobster elote. Hop took the Mexican street cart classic elote, or seasoned corn on a stick, and casually replaced the cob with an entire deep-fried lobster, seasoned and smothered in layers of rich, melty cheese. But why deep fry a lobster?
Street food is all about being fast and delicious, so the quickest way to cook the lobster is deep frying.
For that oozing Saigon slant, Hop shells out a garlic aioli infused with fish sauce, a Vietnamese staple that adds an extra thick kick.
My dad always told me that fish sauce makes people dream about food.
But this is no seafood fantasy. Sweet dreams are made of cheese.
Now we're gonna do something you don't often see with seafood. We're gonna add cheese. It's Monterey Jack, it's mild, and it melts really nicely.
Hop then combines that with the elote essential, sweet grilled corn. A quick run in the oven lands the lobster under a deep sea of creamy Monterey, but there's still more crunch to come.
These are dehydrated shallots, and they only have to be fried for a couple seconds. So once they hit the super hot oil, they'll become extra crispy.
Hop also fries up some chopped scallions and throws them all on the lobster with a pinch of red-hot cayenne pepper, a cilantro sprinkle, and a Mexican must, lime juice. The final result, an intercontinental seafood fiesta with the cheese laid on thick.
Right over here. That whole lobster. It's so good.
So you've got this lobster, it's juicy, it's chewy, and then you've got this sweet, crisp corn on top, and this gooey, melty cheese.
Just take the meat out, scoop it inside the corn, and just dig into a mixture of like claw meat with corn and cheese. It's really the best thing.
I've always felt very spoiled whenever I had a lobster in front of me. But now I found some place with a naughty lobster with cheese and corn and herbs and spices. It's so good.
So if you want to get your sticky claws on the Santa Ana Super Lobster, there is one catch.
Check it out. Notice there's no lobster elote? That's because it's a secret menu item.
Ah, don't be shellfish, Hop. Why no lobster for everyone?
You know, it just doesn't fit up there.
Don't joke. We want lobster.
We can't even stock enough of it.
All right, no need to get crabby. Because the lobster sells out, you'll have to be an early bird to catch this special.
It's kind of exciting to know that you're getting something on a secret menu.
If it's not on the menu, how do you find it?
Come up to the register, order it. We might have it or we might not. Try your luck.
If that gamble doesn't go your way and you still crave a taste of a stick-to-your-fingers fusion, dive into Hop's award-winning Irvine Shrimp Taco. A juicy Vietnam-Mexican mashup of crispy shrimp and spicy crunch, dripping with a sweet and sticky sauce that screams south of the border. After frying up battered shrimp and laying them out on a doubled-up taco, Hop gets right to the cocktail.
I wanted to create something really unique for our shrimp taco, so I added mayonnaise with dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche is made by heating sweetened condensed milk until
Until a butterscotch caramel is magically appeared. I don't know.
Science. The sweet Mexican blend is mixed with salty Vietnamese fish sauce and poured on without reserve.
We sprinkle it with some chili and lime walnuts, raw chopped onions, and minced cilantro.
The taco is complete, and you might want a towel.
Cheers. Cheers. When you bite into it, you get into all this crunch of the taco, the crunch of the shrimp, the cabbage, but then you meet with all this ooey gooey sauce that's just sweet and savory, and it brings it all together.
I don't even know what was going on in my mouth when I bit into the shrimp taco, but all I know is that it was good.
From the shrimp sauced with sugar to a lobster loaded with cheese, the king of the food court is Dos Chinos. Minneapolis, Minnesota can be a frosty city of frozen winters, but at one Twin City bakery, winter woes are melting away, swapping ice for a thick coat of icing.
It's so good. Wow.
For over 20 years, Isles Bun and Coffee has had locals lining up for gargantuan portions of the stickiest breakfast sweets, slathered in heaps of wipe-off-your-face frosting.
Oh my gosh. This is great.
Owners Jeff and Catherine Vagel work hands-on, making sure every massive bun comes overflowing with frosting and a side of spunk.
This place has got moxie, and it's been part of this community for a really long time. I don't think we couldn't take this business away from this neighborhood. They'd climb over hills for this.
They practically can climb into Isles' open kitchen, where every order is made from scratch right behind the counter.
Everything is hands-on right in front of you. And seeing it as we're doing it really turns people on.
It's all to keep up with demand for the Twin Cities' most prized pastry, the infamous Isle Cinnamon Bun. A sugar-soaked cinnamon spin of pillowy dough glazed with gobs of sweet, melty frosting. Behind the counter, baking boss Maya gets rolling with small batches of stretchy buttermilk dough.
I'm rolling now, but here comes the fun part.
An absurdly thick spread of butter is always a good time. Then, the signature ingredient.
Everyone loves the gooey cinnamon center, so we are very generous.
The buns get their signature swirl as they're rolled up and sliced into a six-pack, then laid out to bake. With the buns in the oven, Maya whips up the house special vanilla cream cheese frosting.
It's just 4 ingredients: butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and a touch of vanilla. So once everything's in the mixer, it takes about 15 minutes from start to finish to make our frosting. As soon as they come out of the oven, we put the frosting on so we can soak into every nook and cranny.
The best part is it's kind of doughy. And the frosting, and the cinnamon. Pretty much everything.
I really like just to dig in and just take a bite, and sometimes it gets all over my face, but it's okay.
It's a 10 on the ooey gooey scale.
If that's a 10, Isles tips the scales to 11 by letting you lay it on as thick as you want.
The kids don't know this, but there's a tub of frosting inside.
Huh?
Oh, you heard correctly. At Isles, frosting is an inalienable right, and the customers don't take that right for granted.
Scoop it up, slather it all over there, put it on a fork, eat it with your fingers.
You have the ability to put on as much as you want. Some people take a cup to go. Some people stir it into their coffee.
Jeff, you're an American hero.
So much of life, people tell you what you can have, what you can't have. It's just a little tiny freedom, but it seems to be important to people.
Let freedom cream.
Just gonna eat the frosting.
2 inches of frosting still not thick enough? Then you'll go nuts for Isles Caramel Pecan Sticky Buns. The same cinnamon bun completely coated in sweet, crunchy pecans and layered with liquefied caramel sauce. The upside-down secret lies in the bottom of the pan. Maya completely lines it with pecans before laying on ladles of thick caramel sauce. Then places the buns on top to bake.
The sticky buns just came out of the oven, and while the caramel's still hot, I need to flip these babies over.
With the nuts and sauce on top, caramel seeps into every pore of the airy dough.
There's caramel on it.
It's got, you know, the sweetness, and it's got the bread. Hearty topping on such a sweet, good, gooey roll.
That's great. It's really good.
Whether you go for the classic or thick it up a notch, it's well worth the trip off the mainland to the Isles. If you're ready to chill with the icing, follow us to Chicago, but leave your suit and tie behind.
So don't try to be fancy with your pinkies up. Dig in, get dirty, roll up your sleeves, and...
One wing spot is slathering on the sauce Korean style with a stick-to-your-finger snack that's no match for the napkin.
Could you imagine going on a date? Like, oh yeah!
Get ready to do your happy dance. While Chicago, Illinois boasts a host of game day options for the food-loving sports fan, for a super saucy take on a kickoff classic, you'll want to pass the ball to this guy.
I am the wingman.
Chef Jay Lee, co-founder and owner of Crisp.
When you bite into crisp chicken, prepare to use your fingers, because they're gonna get messy.
I mean, you literally have to break it apart in order to eat it.
Don't try to be fancy with your pinkies up. You just gotta dig in, get dirty, roll up your sleeves, and...
Dive in.
Born in Korea and raised in Chicago, Jay picked up the recipe from his mother. Now, Mama's wings, soaked in all kinds of sauces, fly from Jay's kitchen to a dining room packed Korean style.
In Korea, you can walk down the street at 3 a.m. in the morning and you're bumping elbows with people. So that's the same thing here. We're sort of tight, but you're gonna make friends as you're eating your chicken.
And the friendly finger lickers at Crisp agree. There's no better glaze than Jay's Crisp barbecue wings. Whole, uncooked wings slathered in a thick, spicy paste. It's Jay's take on American barbecue, but his wings start with a 24-hour soak in Mama's genuine brine. Why?
고기 냄새 나니까.
Translation, please?
The main reason is because my mother told me so.
Pretty sure that's not what that means, but Mother knows best.
The brine tenderizes the meat during the cooking process, the salt and the sugar, and it retains its juices much better.
Got it. Jay's spa treatment continues with a sprinkle of spices, followed by a bird bath in a thick batter. But to make sure they retain their namesake crispiness, he's got a secret weapon.
What makes Korean fried chicken so crunchy is the double frying process.
You heard the man. Wings so nice, they have to fry them twice. For the first fry, Jay drops the wings into a massive pressure fryer for about 12 minutes.
When the chicken is cooked in a pressure fryer, it is called healthy frying, if there is such a thing. The oil is swirled around the chicken as opposed to just saturated in the oil.
The birds are released, cooled for 20 minutes, only to be fried again in an open fryer for 5 more minutes. All this adds up to the crispiest wing you'll ever sink your teeth into.
And that's what we want here at Crisp, super crispy wings.
But what's a wing without the sauce? Jay creates a killer paste to dress these plain Janes to the nines.
Crisp barbecue starts with our family recipe of gochujang.
Sounds sticky. What's it taste like?
One can only describe gochujang once they've had it.
Well, is it any good?
It's awesome. I mean, I'd put it on everything if I could. I mean, we literally have sauces on the table, and the bottles used to disappear, so now we no longer put it on the table.
Ah, the danger of sticky fingers. We do know the finished sauce is a sweet, spicy blend of soy and sesame tossed with wings till they're completely coated and topped with sesame seeds.
Smoky, sweet, and real sticky.
It's
delicious. It's not too spicy. It's just perfect.
It's all over your face and all over your hands. Could you imagine going on a date? Like, oh yeah.
It's got a subtle sweetness to it and a nice, tangy, rich flavor. It's just unique.
The best feeling is when you actually get to lick your fingers at the end.
We'll come back for dinner already.
Crisp caters to Chicago's cravings for chicken wings 7 days a week. But don't think you can just roll in anytime. Jay is a sticky stickler.
Everyone is trying to get here before we close. So if you show up at 9:01, we're closed.
But the game just let out.
Nothing after 9:01.
I'll be quick.
Ever.
I'm a big fan.
For anybody.
Aw. Sounds like he means it.
All right. I told you. Best wings in town.
So the next time a Chicago sports team has a game day, which is basically every day, head over to Crisp to get your saucy fix. Just get there before 9. Chicago may place first when it comes to wings, but any New Yorker will argue the second city plays second fiddle when it comes to pizza.
It's changed the pizza game.
And one Brooklyn slice spot is shaping a whole new trend of super cheesy pies, like New York has never seen before.
I changed the way I eat pizza now. I don't like the traditional anymore.
New York, New York, a capital of culture and cuisine stacked with skyscrapers and slices. 8 million people and over 500 pizza joints. But across the bridge from Manhattan, in the Williamsburg section of Brooklyn, a new kind of pie is taking shape at Emmy Squared.
It's the best pizza we've ever had. We can't get this in Manhattan. I'll come out to Brooklyn all day long.
Fed up with the standard city slice, Matt Hyland and wife Emily opened Emmy Squared in 2016, bringing a thick cut of Motown to the metropolis.
At Emmy Squared, we serve Detroit-inspired pizza.
Time out. Is Detroit pizza even a thing?
A Detroit-style pizza is a square pizza that's a little bit thicker than a New York pizza. The sauce goes on top of the cheese. It's in a rectangle pan that comes from old auto part pans in Detroit.
So what's the angle on those Motor City pans?
Mechanics would be underneath the cars, catching all like the oil drip tray, and then they started cooking pizza in the pans that they used for auto parts.
Nothing like a greasy slice.
An average week, we do about over 2,000 pizzas. We have about 700 pans in-house.
Good thing they have the New York knack for building vertically. Back on street level, Matt dishes out 10 types of mozzarella madness. But the hottest model coming off the assembly line is as classic as it gets. The margarita. Come on, guys. I meant the margarita pizza. Matt squares off each pie with nearly a pound of pizza dough for that thick comeback city crust. Skipping the sauce, he spreads a handful of shredded mozzarella right onto the dough. It's the Michigan method. Here, the homemade sauce comes after the cheese, one slick stripe at a time.
That's actually the way they do it in Detroit. I think there's the joke where it's like the racing stripes on the automobiles.
Probably makes the pizza dough more aerodynamic. That sounds about right.
And then we add even more cheese, pecorino. Pecorino adds a nice saltiness, a nice richness to it.
And how do you cook pizza prepped in pans from a car factory? Drop it on the conveyor belt and send it down the line.
We use a conveyor belt oven because it's very consistent. It goes through for 9 minutes, makes everything cook very, very evenly. To make the cheese nice and melty. It just makes a perfect pizza every time.
Maybe not what Henry Ford had in mind, but we'll take it. With the mozz melted and the crust nice and crisp, Matt adds the gourmet garnish, a thick hunk of soft burrata cheese.
When you bite into it, it really stretches out and gets all nice and creamy.
But a basil boost and a drizzle of olive oil make it basically a healthy salad. And what are you looking at now?
Signature ingredients of a margarita pizza.
I'm a New Yorker. I've been eating pizza here for 23 years. I changed the way I eat pizza now. I don't like the traditional anymore. I'll eat Detroit all day.
It's changed the pizza game. It's such a unique, amazing flavor that you really just can't get anywhere else. Burrata is just so damn good. It's a nice contrast between the hot and cold.
I love it. I love burrata anyway. It's just exactly what burrata is supposed to do. It kind of melts in your mouth. It's so great. Oh my God, I'm loving this pizza so much. I'm sorry my mouth is full.
It all adds up. Emmy Squared serves pizza to the second power. But what happens when the man behind the pan needs a taste of something new?
Out of boredom of eating pizza, I made myself a burger one night after service, and I was like, I'm gonna serve this so I can have it in-house, and then it just took off from there.
That's right. After perfecting pizza, Matt took his talents between the buns, creating his cheesy piece de resistance, aptly named Le Big Matt.
It's just my homage to a fast food style burger. It's still very nice things in it, but it still looks like a classic burger you might find at a fast food place.
Let's see those very nice things, like a slathering of salt on thin gourmet beef patties set to sizzle on the flat top.
Flip the patty, nicely seared.
For that fast food feel, they use squares of classic white American cheese that with some sky-high heat melt right into the meat. The burgers are then transferred to, wait, did he just, he stacked those. Double meat and double cheese. This is gonna get messy. To set the stage for this now half-pound bomb, Matt butters and toasts a salty pretzel bun and coats it with the house special Sammy sauce.
Sammy sauce has some sweet Indonesian sambal in it and a little bit of aioli.
The gourmet goodness continues with Mizuna, a citrusy twist on arugula, followed by those twin beef patties and what else but pickles. Bun meets burger, and the result puts fast food to shame.
I'm going for it. Cheese melting into the meat, gooey and good.
So the pretzel bun is salty, so it gives it that extra little bit of like something special that other burgers don't have. It stands out. It's amazing.
The combination of the patty with the Sammy sauce, little spicy, the American cheese that's just melted perfectly, are one of the best pretzel buns I've ever had.
Whether you're going pan pizza or big mouth burger, you better come prepared.
You're gonna make a mess of yourself. Anytime I see someone come in wearing a white t-shirt eating here, I say you're really in trouble. That wasn't the right move.
The right move? A trip to Emmy Squared. Because in Brooklyn, it's hip to be square. Big cheese and the Big Apple will fill you up. But hopefully you saved room for a super stretchy dessert. We're stirring up an exotic take on the messy campfire classic.
Wow, these are really smooshy.
How about a drink with dessert? Or both combined into one?
Take a bite, come on. Bourbon? Yes, bourbon. I had maple. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Bottoms up. Our quest for the best foods that pour it all on thick lands us in Nashville, Tennessee, where we found Sarah Souther, AKA.
Some people know me as the Marshmallow Girl or the Candy Lady. Some people call me a cross between Julia Child and Willy Wonka. We love marshmallows so much.
They're all well-earned titles. In 2010, this Irish expat took her Candyman can-do attitude to Tennessee and fired up the Bang Candy Company, a full-blown fluffy mecca for all things marshmallow.
The Bang Candy Company specializes in handmade marshmallows.
Thinking way outside a mug of hot chocolate, Bang shoots out over a dozen different original flavors of ultra-melty mallows, from chocolate chili to toasted coconut, and their stick-to-your-fingers maple bacon bourbon.
Take a bite, come on. Bourbon? Yes, it's bourbon. I had maple. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's really like, the flavor is perfect. It's spot on.
It's finger looking good.
It is finger looking good.
We're in the South, right?
Yes,
Good.
we're in the South. We can lick our fingers.
In just one small kitchen, Sarah stretches her fellow mallows to the edge, stirring up countless confections, one at a time.
All our marshmallows are all made painstakingly, one by hand. During the busy times, it's about 16,000 a week. It's like a whole bundle of energy in a tiny little square.
What better way to harness that energy than as fuel for campfire desire with the Rose Cardamom S'more. An oozing eruption of flavor-infused meltified marshmallow toasted to perfection and sandwiched between sugary sweet cookies.
So you really don't need a lot of things to make marshmallows. You just need a special syrup, some gelatin, some water. The trick is to whip a lot of air into it and make a lovely, light, pillowy, fluffy mallow. So now it's tripled in volume, and now we can add any sorts of flavorings that we want.
The one we want, cardamom, a complex blend that brings citrus, mint, and peppery sweetness. To color it up,
some beet juice to add that rosy glow, vanilla extract, and rose water. And then you just whip it up until it's really, really well blended.
Now pretty in pink, the super thick solution is layered on a baking sheet and smoothed out, then sent to the oven to solidify and stay puffed.
So I'm gonna cover it in this powdered sugar and cornstarch mixture. This has to go everywhere because if you don't, they will stick to everything.
Sliced and diced, the pillowy pan provides a whopping 140 rose cardamom marshmallows. But these spongy sweets are destined for greatness.
Now you can eat the marshmallow just like this. It is perfect and delicious and fluffy. Or you can take it to the next level and make a s'more out of it.
Always go for s'more with a buttery twist.
We use shortbread cookies, which we love to make from scratch, full of butter and sugar and all the yummy things in life.
True to the s'more faithful, she pours on a thick coating of liquefied tempered chocolate, both sides just to be sure. Before the most high-tech campfire a marshmallow has ever seen.
While it's got that delicious ooey gooey center, we will sandwich it between the two shortbread cookies. And there you go.
Well, the marshmallow's really fluffy, almost like what you would picture a cloud to be.
I like the cook over the campfire kind of s'more, but this is such an interesting twist, and these little like shortbread cookies are so flavorful. And the marshmallow is just so gooey, like melts in your mouth gooey. It's so good.
The cookie is just very, like, there's different textures to it, and it's crunchy, and it's squishy. It just works.
For sticky finger lickers of all ages and every generation, the place to get down to business is the Bang Candy Company, Tennessee's titan of marshmallows. Don't bother washing up yet. We're swapping melted chocolate for melted cheese, oozing together some of the most outrageous ingredients the sandwich has ever seen.
This ain't your mama's grilled cheese.
With some unexpected additions that might seem a little strange.
It's a little like being in the desert with no clothes on.
Austin, Texas. This Southwest city has staked its claim as the live music capital of the country. And down here, one cheesy treat served on the side of the street has the locals singing for the heavens.
And it's everything that I love about life, you know, summed up into a couple bites.
So what is the secret to success in Texas?
We're making grilled cheese dreams come true. That's right.
And lots of them. In 2013, Cheese Whiz Justin Borrow teamed up with BMX badass Aaron Russ to open the melty mecca now known as Burrow Cheese Kitchen. Neatly packed in a cargo shipping container, Burrow's spreading the gospel of grilled cheese using only gourmet ingredients and one flavorful philosophy.
Ain't your mama's grilled cheese. We take your mama's grilled cheese, and we don't want to be disrespectful, but we make it better. Sorry, Mom.
All apologies are accepted with one bite of Burrow's bestseller.
The Waylon and Willie, hands down, is our most popular.
Presenting the Waylon and Willie. Some of the greatest ingredients smeared between two slices can only be named for two of the greatest Lone Star country legends.
The Waylon and Willie is named after Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, and especially here in Austin, an epicenter for live music. You know, what better way to tribute those guys than a sandwich named after them?
They're both in the Country Hall of Fame, but a sandwich is good too. Justin starts with a sauce that's pure Texas breakfast, blending 8 strips of bacon, yes, bacon in the sauce, with fiery jalapeno peppers.
Yeah, a little bit of heat is always nice here in Texas. Cream cheese, plain, non-sweet yogurt, grade A maple syrup, which adds almost like a nuttiness to the sauce.
Blended together, the results are liquid bacon gold.
It's kind of sweet, it's kind of spicy, it's kind of savory. It's all the breakfast flavors that I love kind of rolled into one sauce. We call it the crack sauce because it's like once you have it, you really want to put it on everything.
The super spread is laid thick on slices of sourdough bread, piled with rosemary, caramelized onions, and diced pepperoncini.
These aren't really spicy peppers. These are a little more vinegary and zesty, but it also adds a nice texture to the sandwich.
It's all topped with a heaping Longhorn layer of aged cheddar and Gouda cheese.
There's never too much cheese on a grilled cheese, right?
Now to preheat the Willie Nelson namesake, of course, he's got to light up.
The reason why we use the torch is to get the exact right melt on the sandwich. I mean, oftentimes you'll burn the bread before you get the right melt, so it's sort of grilled cheese science.
A brush of butter, a melting hot panini press, and abracadabra.
And that is grilled cheese magic right there.
Perfect. So happy when I eat it. The spicy maple bacon sauce, it just blends perfectly together. Pepperoncinis, like, I'm in heaven.
So you have your veggies on there with the onions and the peppers along with the cheese, so it's not just cheese and bread. You get a whole lot to it.
This is definitely the best grilled cheese I've had. It's really good.
If Waylon and Willie don't have you in honky-tonk heaven, there's plenty more Texas to mess with. Brace yourself for the Burnin' Mac. The scorching hot sandwich stuffed through the crust with an entire meal of melty mac and cheese.
Essentially, it's a grilled cheese, but it is a mac and cheese grilled cheese. You gotta level it up. We decided to combine Burning Mac and Burning Man together into one name for this sandwich because it has some heat, but it's a little like wacky, like being in the desert with no clothes on.
Way to keep Austin weird, Justin.
Ooh.
On a bed of bread and habanero hot sauce, Justin piles on Burrow's spicy muchacho mac and cheese. One Texas-sized scoop at a time. Looking good, but this is a grilled cheese. You know what's next.
The final step is adding even more cheese, of course. But we use an aged cheddar, which is kind of the flavor component, and then we use a provolone mixed in there with it to give it like this extra stretchy gooiness component.
Justin hits it with heat for that magical melt, bathes it in butter, and preps it for the press.
Once the sandwich is done, it will actually struggle to not have like 10 napkins on in your hands at one time. Mac and cheese on a grilled cheese, can't get better than this.
I mean, what do you think you're gonna get? Like, if you take these two objects and stuff them together, it's like, it's perfect.
It's just all of the ooey gooey goodness you could possibly think of in one meal. It is the bomb.
Gotta have grilled cheese? Dig in Austin style at Burrow. Southern Thailand might not be the first place your mind travels for a full-on saucy retreat. But at Portland, Oregon's Hot Yai, owner Alan Awai and chef Earl Ninsom are spicing things up with their drippy Thai curry concoctions.
When Earl and I came up with the idea to do Hot Yai, that's what excited us. The food was so delicious, and nobody else in Portland, maybe nowhere else in the country, was doing this style of food.
And that style is extra messy Southern Thai soul food. Emphasis on the mess.
I'm making a total mess of myself here.
I haven't been able to touch my phone for like 20 minutes. Look at it.
But to make sure every dish you order at Hot Yai is as sticky as possible, you'll want to smother it all in this. Hot Yai's House Malayu-style curry. Perfect for pour-overs, begging for dips and drags. It's a rich and thick sauce that starts with a curry paste made from an array of spices. So Earl just throws these all in a blender and we're done, right?
It's important to do one by one by one by one because these ingredients have different texture.
One by one by one. Alan, is he serious?
So making curry is a very complex process.
Uh-huh. So how do you guys do it again?
The old-fashioned way, mortar and pestle. From scratch, and that's what makes our curry so complex and delicious.
So we better get started. Earl begins by grounding flake salt with sliced dried chilies. When that's sufficiently smashed, he adds the lemongrass for a citrus kick and goes to town. Then in goes galangal, sort of like ginger for the uninitiated. To that he adds cilantro stems and smashes them. Garlic, smashes it. Shallots, smashes them. And shrimp paste, smashes, smashes, smash. Man, making curry is a grind.
So now the paste is formed, we want to add spices that we grind earlier back into it.
After all that hard work, Earl cooks down the paste with coconut oil and slowly adds in coconut cream with some fish sauce, sugar, and spices. Until we're finally looking at a hard-earned bowl of Malayu-style curry. But to soak it up, you're gonna want some edible instruments. Might we suggest the fried chicken and hand-rolled roti? Flaky flat fry bread and crispy chicken. The perfect pairing for that spicy curry. Earl marinates Hot Yai's trademark chicken in another grind of Thai spices before 2 full rounds of frying. Chicken aside, he gets his hands dirty rolling out some roti. What's roti again?
Well, it's a fry bread. There's butter, there's sweetened condensed milk. It's rich, it's flaky. Just kind of the perfect vehicle for curry.
Delicious. Let's bang it out. What's the first step?
First thing is we press it gently, then we pick it up, and then we start flipping it the traditional way that you will see along all over the street in Thailand.
With the dough stretched thin, he coils it up like a snake to rest. Now ready to fry, Earl presses it down again to seal in those flaky layers, then takes it to the griddle where it firms up for good. Roti, chicken, and curry combined, and you're ready to dip in.
It's so good. It's like that curry is everything.
Like consistency is like so thick and it's so aromatic with all the spices and stuff. Really good.
Dipping it with the roti is probably the best way to do it.
Some of the best chicken I've had in this town. And I've had a lot of chicken.
It's so crispy, but it is really buttery at the same time.
I like to tear off all the little meat and to make a taco with the roti set.
Take a tip from these Portland patrons and sop up some curry in a thick and spicy fury at Hot Yai. Say goodbye to Thai, because we've got more foreign food to fill you up.
This is what I'm living for!
A fantastical French delicacy is rising to the top of the food scene, and its beauty is more than skin deep.
There's some cheesy, hammy goodness in there.
So open wide. We're about to lay down extra thick layers of souffle fillings you never knew existed. Want more Food Paradise? Visit travelchannel.com/foodparadise for exclusive video and pictures from this episode. For some foods, it's not what's on the outside, but how thick you layer and pour on the inside that counts. And in the heart of Houston, Rise #2 is doubling down on extra thick fillings with an entire menu centered around souffle.
This is what I'm living for!
People love coming to our restaurant because it's such a unique experience. It's the only souffle restaurant in the United States.
The souffles melt in your mouth. They're delicious.
A favorite of the French bistro, souffle literally means to puff. And Rise souffle is stuffed with just about anything, puff up taller than the Eiffel Tower.
Most people know souffles for a traditional chocolate souffle, but at Rise, we've taken it to the next level with the savory souffle.
Well, Each souffle is overflowing with French flavors, but the #1 savory souffle on display? The jambon and Gruyere, or the ham and cheese in English. It may look light and airy, but dig in deeper to find each bite bursting with molten hot ham mixed thick with Gruyere goodness. In the kitchen, souffle chef Cameron Achi begins by mixing up a Mornay foundation.
So right now we're making our Mornay, which is a classic French cheese sauce. It's something that you would probably use for mac and cheese. We're gonna add mounds of Gruyere and Parmesan. Go ahead and add our nutmeg and our salt and pepper. It's gonna get nice, rich, creamy.
The thick gets thicker with over 40, yes, 40 egg yolks. Then Cam puts the ham in jambon.
The jambon that we use is an Italian-style ham. We use this because it has a very intense flavor.
The Mornay's mixed in, but that's way too thick to rise. How do you plan to lighten the load, Chef?
What makes souffles rise is we take egg whites and whip them until they're nice, light, and fluffy.
Whipping the whites infuses them with microscopic pockets of air. Those air bubbles will expand in the oven, sending the souffles soaring to the sky.
You don't want to over-mix the egg whites because they'll actually become brittle and not hold the souffle properly. So these are the nice firm peaks that we're looking for.
Those wispy egg whites are folded into the meaty Mornay with an age-old technique.
Really, we just go ahead and whip it as hard as we can to make sure it's nice and smooth.
The soupy souffle filling is all transferred to a ramekin lined with butter and a bit more Parmesan. Then loaded into an oven as hot and high-tech as the nearby Space Center. With all systems go, the countdown to launch begins as the hatch is sealed and Houston, we have liftoff.
The moment it came out, I could smell it, and I was like, this is to die for. I'm like ready to dig in, not share it.
It's very cheesy, which is great. With the souffle, it's very light, so it just kind of, I guess it melts in your mouth.
You should give up being vegan for a day. There's some cheesy, hammy goodness in there.
It's a meal fit for French royalty, but Rise really shines when it comes to dessert. Feast your eyes on the chocolate souffle. This puffed-up pastry swaps the savory for the sweet.
What makes our chocolate souffle so delicious is the rich milk chocolate, cocoa powder, and a little bit of that pastry cream. And then we fold in those pillows of egg whites. When we go out to the table, the chocolate souffle is accompanied by chocolate anglaise. We make a small incision in the top of the souffle, dump in some of that chocolate anglaise, and it gives it that ooey gooey.
I don't know. Maybe that's too much chocolate.
Are you kidding me? It's really good. It's like an explosion of chocolate in your mouth. When he was pouring the chocolate sauce, I was about to die because I wanted to have 2 more just for me to eat it.
One of the best souffles I ever had. Really, really good.
Well, that settles it.
It's delicious.
Rise number 2 is number 1 for sweet or savory souffle. They may not be what the doctor ordered, but the foods that ooze heal your hunger faster than you can say cheese. So the next time you're spreading on frosting, soaking up sauce, or pouring out an entire melted medley, grab an extra spoonful and lay it on thick. Lock up your silverware. We've got a 5-fingered salute to grub you can grab onto.
Sticky finger, sticky finger. I got some sticky finger.
Everything should be eaten with their hands.
Fabulous!
Whether you're hankering to get your hooks into something meaty and beefy,
America.
You get the meat sweats. It's a peanut butter burger. It's sticky.
or dying to dig into a deep-fried and decadent delicacy,
It's messy, satisfying, it's fun to eat.
Don't come here if you're trying to be cute.
we all crave cuisine we can feast on without forks, knives, or spoons.
You can just pick it up and just start going at it.
Spicy, saucy, savory flavors. From Tex-Mex
This is amazing.
to Thai.
It's kind of messy. Maybe not date food.
Lick your fingers, have someone else lick your fingers.
On this episode of Food Paradise, Marvelous Meals, where making a mess is part of making your manners.
Go for it.
Nashville may be the capital of country music, but it's also in the Handheld Happiness Hall of Fame thanks to one dish, hot chicken.
Hot chicken is Nashville's barbecue.
Sounds good.
It's Philly cheesesteak.
Getting better.
It's culinary offering to the world.
And it's music to your taste buds. Crispy fried chicken lays down a southern beat, while spicy sauce dances a melody on top. How's that for a Music City metaphor? To get the hottest hens in Nashville, you have to go to the legendary Hattie B's.
It's very good, very juicy, very tender.
Nick Bishop is Hattie B's hands-on owner.
I don't know what to do. There's nothing like picking up a hot, juicy bird and just tearing into it with your fingers, biting into it, and really kind of getting messy.
His father is his partner, and his brother-in-law John is the chef.
It's a big old love fest around here.
Hattie's hot chicken comes in 5 levels of heat, so raise a hand and count them down.
We have mild, which is a good kind of intro. You go up to medium, and then there's hot, and then there's damn hot, and then there's shut the cluck up.
Shut the cluck up. That sounds intimidating.
It is not for the faint of heart. It is something you work your way up to.
I'll consider myself warned, but did anyone tell these guys?
Ooh, God bless.
We'll give them a minute.
The lesser mainly, they get medium. Some get regular. But this side is just hot.
Good luck with that, guys.
Hattie B's hands over 10,000 pounds of spicy, saucy chicken to its customers every week.
This is the best here in Nashville.
And it's Chef John's job to make sure all those birds are crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and hot, hot, hot all over.
All of this chicken has been in a salt mixture with other spices for about 36 hours. We take it right into our proprietized flour, which is a seasoned flour. After our flour, we put it right in this buttermilk wash, which also has a little bit of heat to it. Hot sauce and buttermilk are, your perfect combination for fried chicken. To get an extra crunch on that chicken, you take it from the buttermilk wash right back into our seasoned flour.
And after the double dip, the dunk.
All right, let's fry some chicken.
You can't rush perfection. Chef John lets these fowl fry for up to 20 minutes. Then the chicken goes from the fryer to the fire.
We got fried chicken, now let's make it hot.
Chef John turns up the heat with Hattie B's house-made hot sauce.
We've really got a rounded blend here. It really starts with the cayenne to deliver that heat.
Now you're talking.
Brown sugar, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and paprika. We have a few other ingredients we're not going to share today just to keep our secrets safe.
But here's one secret he'll spill.
I'm gonna go get some hot oil from the fryer so it really makes that chicken nice and crunchy.
And then every crispy cranny gets filled with that super secret spicy hot oil sauce. Customers can order up white meat or dark meat, or both.
If you're really hungry, you can get the double order for a full bird.
No matter how much chicken they choose, every guest gets the traditional garnishes of white bread and dill pickles. But hardcore hot chicken fans don't get a fork.
You got to eat it with your hands. That's the only way you can eat it.
I know, right?
Hot. Good.
Looks good.
Not too hot, not too mild. It's just right on.
Flavor's really good.
I'm pregnant right now and I eat fried chicken a lot. This, I'm pretty sure, is the best I've had the whole pregnancy.
And that's handheld happiness, even when you're eating for two. It turns out that not everything is bigger in the Lone Star State.
America.
A feast for your fingers can be found in small packages at Houston's Hubcap Grill.
You can't miss this place if you come to Houston.
The juiciest, messiest, most delicious 3-bite-sized sliders.
You got peanut butter, you got bacon, you got binds it all together with that cheese. It's sick. It's amazing.
Definitely my favorite burger joint.
Owner Ricky Craig was on a road trip when he saw a Roadhouse cook steam a burger under a hubcap.
He's like, brother, we're so busy right now. He's like, I gotta get this meat out, and it steams it and cooks it fast.
And inspiration struck like a Mack truck.
And I came back to Houston, long and behold, Hubcap Grill is born. You come here to relax and have a good time. You get an ice cold beer, and you wait for that juicy burger to come out.
Ricky leaves hubcaps on the highway, but he's been steaming his sliders ever since he opened in 2008.
We probably do about 10,000 sliders a year. I like to consider myself the godfather of burgers.
Don Ricky, it's got a ring to it. Customers come from near and far to pay their respects.
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I drove 4.5 hours to get over here to get this delicious hamburger.
She got a ticket coming down here, a speeding ticket. I thought, boy, you do a lot to get a burger.
Once he has them where he wants them, Don Ricky makes his customers an offer they can't refuse. His legendary slippery, sloppy, sticky sliders.
The sticky sliders got its name because it has peanut butter in it. So, everybody knows peanut butter gets on your fingers and it's sticky. Therefore, sticky sliders.
A normal day at the Hubcap is a massive meat marathon. 100 pounds an hour during the lunch rush. And every slider starts as a full-grown burger.
It's easiest for us to do a regular size patty. And we'll cut those into 4, literally on the grill.
Otherwise, Don Ricky might get rubbed out.
If we had to do each separate little ones, my kitchen employees would kill me.
Ricky keeps the piece 1/2 pound patty at a time. That heaping handful of hamburger gets laid out on a tortilla press, the fastest way to turn beef into a burger.
The reason why we use the tortilla press is because it gives that nice, perfect, round, circular that we're looking for. With burgers, you gotta work fast, especially at the Hubcap Grill. When they're lined up and they're hungry, they want it now.
200 burgers hot off the tortilla press. a healthy squirt of melted butter, and he slaps them on the grill. They get a sizzle, a sear, a sprinkle of seasonings.
It has salt, pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion,
and bacon.
I love bacon. It's going to go beautiful with these sticky sliders. The saltiness, the crispiness. If you don't like bacon, hey, we can't be friends.
Beef, bacon, and now cheese? I think we'll get along just fine.
We're going to get our spatula. We're going to cut them up into 4 ways.
When your kids ask you where sliders come from, send them to the hubcap. Each new slider hatchling has its own little slice of cheese and a pint-sized piece of pork.
Now we squirt a little butter on there, and now we cup them on our dome lids, so all that butter, cheese, bacon can all just marry each other with the meat.
I want to be the best man at that wedding.
All we need is that sweet, sticky, crunchy peanut butter to go on top and bottom of them bad boys.
The juicy, meaty, cheesy slider sinks into the sticky, soft peanut butter, and it's ready to go.
Here you have it, sticky sliders, the perfect finger food.
It's a peanut butter burger, it's sticky.
And don't worry about the mess. At the hubcap, eating with your hands is not just accepted, it's a requirement.
Eat with your hands with everything. I say everything should be eaten with their hands.
This is going to be an appetizer because I'm going back for more.
I'm not a big peanut butter fan, but that just turned me into a peanut butter fan in my burger.
You know, you don't think the cheese would work with the peanut butter, but it does.
People that pick up food and use their hands, it's a comfort thing. We're all kids at heart, and eating finger foods is a beautiful thing.
You know, you get the meat sweats eating a hubcap grill. You know what I'm talking about? It's delicious.
From American fare,
all you need is a good cocktail,
to international flair.
It's just like a great sandwich here.
We're getting some handheld felicidad from south of the border.
I love a messy, rich burger sandwich.
Get your hands on a sweet and savory street food staple for a tropical taste of Venezuela in Minneapolis.
Love it. It's fantastic. Everybody's got a smile on their face.
Minnesota's known for friendly people, a cute accent, and, oh yeah, one season in particular.
We are in Minnesota, so what are we known for? We're known for our winters.
But in Minneapolis, there's one place where the gloves come off and you can enjoy handheld happiness, because it's always summertime. Just head on over to the hip hub of Nicollet Avenue, known as Eat Street, and the teal temple to the tropics called Hola Arepa.
Just laid back and chill, and everybody's got a smile on their face.
It's like a mini vacation. Cocktails come first.
I just got here like 5 minutes ago and got a sangria right away.
Globetrotting husband and wife team Christina Nguyen and Burke Grudem ate arepas in South America and decided to bring the party home.
We like to have a fun energy with, you know, a nice tropical atmosphere that kind of feels like an oasis away from your normal day-to-day life. Christina came up with a menu, and then I kind of oversee the cocktail program.
It's a dinner and drinks kind of place, or maybe drinks and then dinner.
All you need is a good cocktail. If you got some food, you're good to go.
We're definitely getting the food, and here it's arepas all the way.
An arepa is a cornmeal griddle cake sandwich, and we split it open and fill it with our delicious Latin fillings. We had tried arepas in Latin America. We couldn't find them here, so we were like, we just need to make them.
Muy bien. And that authentic arepa flavor?
I just learned it when I tried arepas and really love Venezuelan food. I'm actually Vietnamese, so not Venezuelan at all.
No problemo. Each arepa begins in Christina's capable hands.
We mix corn flour with water and salt. We shape it with our hands using a little bit of canola oil so it doesn't stick.
After a few more slippery slaps, she slides them onto a hot griddle.
They get crispy on the outside and a little soft on the inside.
Like other finger food favorites, I'm looking at you, burgers, tacos, and pizza. An arepa is all about the fillings. And for a true taste of tropical flavor, Christina created the shredded beef with plantain arepa.
We cooked beef chuck with onions, garlic, bay leaf, and then we're gonna shred it up and add a special sauce. Our beef is tangy and has a little kick of spice to it.
She splashes the shreds with spicy cidery sauce.
Now we'll just stir it up and put it in the oven for about another 30 minutes.
That's just enough time for another drink, or two.
The first thing that goes on the beef and plantain arepa is fried sweet plantains. Next, we add some juicy shredded beef that we cooked earlier.
Sweet and spicy, a match made in Minneapolis.
Some black beans.
Say hello to Christina's house-made Hola sauce.
It adds a little fruitiness, tanginess, and herbaceousness.
That's a tropical trifecta.
A generous spoonful of cotija cheese, which is a crumbly, salty Mexican cow's milk cheese. We finish it off with some pickled red onions, which will add some crunch and some tanginess to cut through the richness of the beef.
Put your drink down. This is two-handed territory.
It's got like that crunchy and the soft and like the earthy and the plantains with the sweetness going on. It's good.
Yeah, the flavors are awesome. It's just like a great sandwich here.
I love the pulled beef, the salsa verde, the pickled red onions. It's just a delicious, delicious combination of flavors.
If pork's your pleasure, there's an arepa just for you too.
For our slow-roasted pork arepa, we cook our pork shoulder low and slow with amazing aromatics. Onions, garlic, jalapenos for a fresh heat, ancho chilies for a smoky, dry heat, and blend of spices and oranges.
When it comes out of the oven, Christina pulls out the forks again.
Some of the slow-roasted pork gets tucked in there. A spoonful of beans adds creaminess and earthiness. Then we add a little drizzle of Hola sauce and cotija cheese. And here's our slow-roasted pork arepa. It's a little smoky, it's a little sweet, and it's got a little bit of heat to it.
It was fun to eat with your hands. It's delicious.
You get like the juicy meatiness. It's slow roasted, so it maintains all its flavor and, you know, moisture.
I love the cornmeal, right? It's cornmeal bun. It's a very different flavor than you'd normally expect.
There you go, Mama. Cheers. Hola arepa is something different than what you could get in Minneapolis before.
Whatever weather the Mill City throws at you, you can always pick up a taste of endless summer at Hola Arepa. Handheld happiness on the hottest street in Minneapolis. Dive into the fruits of the sea.
And you just go in and just eat.
And get your hands on clams, crabs, and crawfish.
We go through about 4,500 pounds of seafood a week. You name it, we most likely have it.
Swimming in a sauce so addictive, you'll have to lick your fingers after every bite.
Fabulous! So messy and fun to eat.
Do not wear white.
And all this messy, magnificent goodness comes to you in a bag?
Drop that off for you and enjoy.
Turns out you don't have to be close to a coast to get your hands on some amazing seafood. In Chicago, not far from Lake Michigan's not-so-briny deeps, the Angry Crab has a no-holds-barred philosophy for handheld happiness.
Fabulous!
It serves big, beautiful seafood boils, crab legs, shrimp, mussels, even lobster, with spicy Southern-style sauces.
It's buttery, it's garlicky, and the Cajun spices as well.
And here you won't find forks, knives, or spoons. You get a lot of napkins. And a bib.
Go for it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. That's the best way to eat.
Servers don't carry trays. They're more of a bucket brigade.
So everything here comes by the pound and it comes in a bag?
That's right. At the Angry Crab, your dinner's in the bag and on the table and all over your hands and face.
This is not for the prim and proper at all. Don't come here if you're trying to be cute.
You can just throw your hands in a bag, lick your fingers, have someone else lick your fingers. I've seen some like really weird stuff in here, but no judgment on my part.
Seafood superfan Josh Bendanillo runs the kitchen.
I love seafood. I just crave it constantly. We generally say consumption-wise 1 pound per person, but I sometimes go 3 to 4 pounds. Just for myself.
The original Angry Crab was opened in 2015 by Chef Josh's brothers-in-law. Their brand of finger-picking seafood was such a hit, a second location came a year later. Chef Josh has a pro tip for first-timers.
Do not wear white. When you walk through the doors, you can expect to get dirty, messy, stinky, smelling like garlic all day, your clothes and your mouth. But in my opinion, that's a great thing.
Talk about being a kid again, if you were a kid who really liked garlic. Customers pick their order from a menu board, mixing and matching whatever they're in the mood to get their hands on.
I'm telling you, everything on the menu is delicious because I have tried it myself.
If it scurries, swims, or even just sits in the water, Chef Josh probably has it on hand.
Tons and tons of different varieties of seafood, from lobster tail to whole lobster to crawfish to shrimp to clams to mussels, raw oysters, you name it, we most likely have it.
He serves an ocean of seafood every night.
We've got 80 pounds of seafood over here, and this is enough for just the first hour of service. And here at the Angry Crab, we go through about 4,500 pounds of seafood a week.
Every customer's pound, or 6, of fishy finger fun begins the same way. Josh sends the seafood for a swim in the Angry Crab's 10-gallon pot. It's called the House Boil, and it gives a fantastic flavor foundation to every clam, crab, and crawfish.
We're a Cajun seafood restaurant, and it just wouldn't be right if we did not add this blend of Cajun seafood seasoning.
First into the House Boil, garlic.
We use a lot of garlic. It adds tons of flavor, and it's traditionally used in Cajun seasonings.
Then butter.
We go through about 1,600 pounds of butter a week.
And to balance the butter, Chef Josh's own Cajun cayenne concoction.
It adds a more zesty, tangy flavor to the seafood.
After its bubbling, buttery baptism, each order goes from the boil to the bowl.
Once the seafood is cooked, it gets placed into one of our bowls over here. Customers can do add-ons of corn, andouille sausage, and potatoes. And depending on which sauce they took, we go ahead and layer a sauce on top.
The Angry Crab offers 4 savory sauces. Garlic butter, the all-time lick your fingers, drink the sauce from the Shell's classic. There's spicy, zesty lemon pepper. There's the tongue-tingling sensation called Angry Cajun, or if you live life on the edge,
our Maniac sauce, which is a combination of all 3, and it is amazing.
This one gets crazy. Triple sauced from every pot on the stove.
Once we mix all of those 3 together, we toss in a bag with all the seafood, it becomes a Maniac.
Put down your phone for a while. Your hands are about to get very messy.
Turn that on for you and enjoy.
I love it. That's New Orleans style right there.
I ordered the lobster claws with Maniac sauce. It's really good. All the spices that they add to it makes the dish, it's a pleasure to eat, and, the experience here is just fabulous.
It's really good, really fresh.
It's king crab legs, It's really good. It's huge. It's really unique, it's spicy and really flavorful.
Very garlicky, very fresh too.
My nose burning.
Well, this time I actually ordered the lemon pepper. This one's really good. You can taste the pepper, and it's really spicy.
I can do this all day long because this is just on it.
The Angry Crab's sacks of spicy seafood gets its fans fired up.
You must come to Angry Crab.
Just don't expect like a fine dining type of experience, because it's gonna get messy. Your shirt will probably get ruined.
That's handheld happiness with a Cajun kick. What's got fans lining up at first light?
Oh my goodness.
And a barbecue boss working through the night?
This is how you eat in Texas.
It's hands down the best I've ever had.
Deep in the heart of Texas is an outpost for everything offbeat, artistic, and unique. But it's also the site of a shrine to 2 treasured Southwestern traditions, tacos and barbecue. At Valentina's Tex-Mex Barbecue in Austin, they're joined in handheld happiness on one tortilla. And it's taken off like a West Texas wildfire.
This is hands down the best I've ever had.
Tacos are a great thing to eat with your hands.
I decided to order 1 each of all the tacos that they have.
Miguel Vidal opened Valentina's in 2013, naming it after his daughter.
I wanted to share what I thought was missing in Tex-Mex food. Growing up in Texas, being 5th generation Mexican-American, we barbecue and we have the Mexican influence, and that's done in the backyard. Whether you are Mexican-American or not, this is how you eat in Texas.
He serves thousands of tacos a day, using dozens of whole briskets he smokes on site.
It is early in the morning, and we're gonna load up the pits for tomorrow's cook.
Miguel makes his brisket in the time-honored Texas tradition. Slowly. He hand trims each one. then rubs it with 3 layers of spice. A dry rub.
I'm just gonna add like celery seed, salt, cumin, paprika, chili powder, garlic.
Then coarse pepper, and finally salt. After that, it's into the pits.
These will be cooking low and slow for tomorrow. From the time the meat comes in, to trim, to season, the fire's going, put it on the pit. This is like 30+ hours going into something that goes out and consumed in less than like 10 minutes, you know?
The meat cooks throughout the day and well into the night. Miguel's technique is a 2-step. The meat soaks up mesquite goodness, then it gets wrapped in foil to lock in the moisture.
We wrap 8 hours in. Once it develops a crust and the juices are starting to kind of come to the surface, they might go for another 5 to 6 hours wrapped.
They go back on the heat, and after more than 12 hours in the smoker, the briskets have to rest for another 8 hours before they meet Miguel's standards. All that work for a taco.
By us putting our love and effort into our food and making sure it's the best that it can be, I think that comes across and people can feel it. The most popular item on our menu is our smoked brisket taco, mesquite smoked brisket, the very simple sea salt lime guacamole, and a fresh tomato serrano salsa.
It starts with a handmade tortilla.
I can't exactly tell you when, how, or where I learned how to make them. It's something that's kind of just been a part of growing up. It's like the first time I cut the grass, I can't remember.
Next, he brings out the brisket.
When we make our brisket taco, we like to have a blend of moist and lean, or flat and the point. This is the best part of the brisket right here.
After slicing comes the dicing, and then the grabbing. When he says brisket taco, he means it. Brisket piled on brisket.
You're getting a good 1/4 pound of meat in your taco. Sometimes we're feeling a little generous and we get heavy-handed, we might give you a little extra.
Next comes creamy guacamole, and Miguel is a purist. Just ripe avocados, lime, and sea salt.
And this is how my mom would always make it when at home. She would just open up the avocado and smash it. Sometimes lime, sometimes not, but always salt.
And finally, salsa.
100% hecho con amor, always made with love.
I have the smoked brisket taco. The flavors, the juices are really delicious.
It's got a good guacamole to the meat ratio. It's actually got really solid meat.
The tortilla, it's kind of like a great pizza. It's really doughy, but it's got this great grill factor to it. It's just like this perfect meal.
I'm really loving the brisket. You really get, you know, the genuine base flavors going on there.
They're huge, so it's really filling. You can, you know, eat one and go for hours on it, which is great.
With customers lining up first thing in the morning, Miguel came up with a way to have brisket for breakfast. The Real Deal Holyfield.
The Real Deal Holyfield is a taco that's based off my father's favorite dish, which is huevos rancheros.
The name just popped into his head the first time he made it for his father.
So I had dropped off the taco, and he said, "What is that?" And I was like, "Well, it's the Real Deal Holyfield." So the name stuck, and we put it on the menu, and it's been selling ever since.
It starts, of course, with a tortilla.
So when you eat huevos rancheros, it's always refried beans. These have rendered bacon fat, smashed charo beans, our potatoes, some nice egg. Then we're gonna go ahead and take a slice of brisket here, but then we're gonna top it off with bacon as well, and then it gets the salsa. And that's our Holyfield.
There you go, bud. Holyfield with brisket.
Look at that thing. Oh my goodness. You got this really like juicy, moist piece of brisket that just has so much flavor and just sort of melts in your mouth. And the fried egg in there, it's a really great combination of flavors, and it's a little bit messy, but it's worth it.
Lines of customers agree. Valentina's is serving the best Tex-Mex slow-smoked brisket you'll find this side of the Pecos.
You can tell that it was prepared by somebody who really has integrity and this is their passion, and it's definitely won me over.
In the Southern California city of Westminster, handcrafted twists on classic Spanish treats will have your hands clapping for more. And you'll find these crunchy creations in the Little Saigon neighborhood. The Loop handcrafted churros was launched by siblings Loan and Min Nguyen.
We got inspired by the idea of churro
by talking to friends in Asia, and they're saying like one of the growing trend in Asia was churros.
They send the normally straight arrow churro, a thin tube of fried dough, for, you guessed it, a loop.
I thought churros would be something that you can be really creative with, especially when it comes to like toppings.
Creative? Let us count the ways. You can coat your churro with glazes.
Green tea glaze, white chocolate glaze, or strawberry.
Dips.
Strawberry, tiramisu, dulce de leche, chocolate hazelnuts.
And toppings, including crushed cookies, cereal, and sprinkles. You can even get them with soft serve. Sign me up.
We try and give the customers like a very fun experience.
With dozens of combinations to choose from, Loop lovers come in to customize their churros 7 days a week.
People come from all over the world here.
It's really cool. I mean, we came all the way from NorCal for this.
Before it runs away with the colorful carnival of toppings, every churro begins as a humble dough. Balls are dropped into an extruder, and voila! It's like a churro ATM.
We twist the dough into the shape of the loop, and then we drop it into the oil. It takes around a minute to cook on each side, and then it becomes golden brown.
And then it's game on.
And this is where we get to have fun.
Sprinkleberry has a white sugar dip on one side and a rosy stripe of strawberry glaze on the other, which gives the sprinkles something to stick to. Then there's the matcha crunch, classic cinnamon sugar on one side, a tart green tea glaze, and get ready for this, crunchy fruit breakfast cereal on top.
Really like the fruity and then the like milky green tea. Really good.
All those sound like great ways to get sticky fingers and a sugar rush. But the churro champions at the Loop put the ultimate twist on their crunchy creations with a spiraling swirl of soft serve.
For the ultimate experience, order the Chill Churro Combo. It's vanilla soft serve with syrup, a topping, and a churro of your choice.
That's at least 2 desserts in one. Count them up in the caramel pop. Soft serve, caramel popcorn, caramel sauce, and a churro dressed to the nines with sugar, sprinkles, and one of their glazes. Chocoholics may see a distinct lack of the brown stuff in the caramel pop, but don't worry, Min's got you covered too.
Choco Puff has chocolate syrup and marshmallows.
Soft serve, marshmallows, lots of chocolate sauce, and that's before a sprinkly, sugary, glazy churro is perched on top.
I think it really lives up to the hype because it's crispy, it's warm, and then the ice cream really balances out the warmth of the churro and the crispiness.
Really like it because they make their churros fresh, and you can see them coming out quickly. It's just so good.
Having the combination of both, I think it really helps. It's very refreshing. It's a good combination, which is I've never imagined. Yeah, it's perfect with the ice cream.
It's very nice. Very refreshing, especially on a hot day like this.
So choose your churro, flex your fingers, and dig in at the Loop. You can't have handheld happiness without fingers.
It's very messy, and it's totally worth it.
Preferably cheese-filled, double-sauce, deep-fried ones.
Yo, we got sticky, but we're gonna get, I love my sticky fingers.
Grown-up-sized chicken fingers that will make your inner child jump for joy.
Who thinks of that?
They do, stickies.
Stickies does.
There are no idle hands in the city that never sleeps. New York is a hotspot for goodies you can get on the go, from hot dogs to pizza. And one restaurant in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood is enticing adults to get their hands on a childhood favorite.
Yo, we got stickies, but we're gonna get, I love my sticky fingers.
Sticky's Finger Joint is a chicken finger lover's dream come true, serving up 30 grown-up flavors of fingers and 20 sauces, with combinations ranging from Thai sweet chili with taco sauce to salted caramel with fried pretzel bits.
You have buffalo, you have the maple, you have the chipotle. It can be hot, mild, like everything like a little hot. The fun part of it is eating with your hand, getting a little messy. You lick the sauce off your hands.
They're not just for children. They're absolutely for adults too.
John Sherman is the finger fanatic who launched Stickies in 2012.
One of the main goals of Stickies is to transport the adult back to the happy child existence by taking the childhood favorite of the chicken finger, but really taking it to a level with all the different sauces and all the different types of flavors.
With all those flavors, the fingers fly out of the fryers.
Eating Stickies is just like becoming a kid again.
It's messy, satisfying, it's fun to eat, and it's good atmosphere. The
Who thinks of that?
They do, Stickies.
Stickies does.
At the forefront of the finger fun is the Bada Bing.
The Bada Bing is our take on a chicken parm in finger form.
It's basically a chicken parm and a mozzarella stick infused into one. You put them together, it's just like Bada Bing.
Bada Bing.
Who doesn't want a piece of fried chicken stuffed with gooey mozzarella cheese?
That's what you call a rhetorical question. John rolls his own chicken fingers with fresh farm-raised chicken tenderloins, wrapped like cozy meat blankets around mozzarella sticks. To keep all that melted cheese where it belongs, John builds a thick three-step crust. First, the fingers get floured.
We're gonna add some marinara sauce into our egg wash to get that savory flavor as deep into the chicken as possible. We're gonna be breading our Bada Bing finger with an Italian breadcrumb. Then we're gonna mix in some panko, which is really airy and flaky, and it's gonna give it that great crunch to the chicken finger.
He sneaks a little more cheese in there too.
We can never have too much cheese, so we're gonna add a little Parmesan into the breading just for good measure.
Then it's coat, dunk, and roll.
And there you have it, Bada Bing. Now we just gotta make a bunch more of these and fry them up.
Once he has full fingers, it's into the fryer.
Look at that ooey gooey cheesy goodness, the perfect finger food.
Sticky sauces are just as fantastic as the fingers.
So we serve our Bada Bing chicken finger with a homemade marinara sauce and something unique to Stickies, the tomato aioli, which is a garlic roasted mayonnaise mixed in with our marinara sauce.
Each Bada Bing gets one last hit of cheese. Then John puts salad on top, or deep-fried basil leaves.
An order of Bada Bing comes with 3 pieces, and that should be more than enough to fill you up.
Well, what is so awesome about mozzarella cheese is it reminds me of being a kid.
I'd have to say it's like heaven in your mouth. You understand? You know, when the cheese is melting and when it's still kind of oozing out of the finger itself. It's a lot of cheese. It's very messy and it's totally worth it.
The best part about finger food is the bonus right at the end where you get to lick your fingers. So you're gonna, one at a time, until you're done.
Give your inner adult the day off. Chicken, cheese, and crispy crust. A recipe for the handheld happy dance.
Sticky finger, sticky finger. I got the sticky finger. Yes.
On the other side of the country,
It's so sticky.
an Asian angle on grabbing a bite to eat.
I love eating with my hands.
Packs them in Portland with a double-fisted approach.
You can have a drink in one hand and your food in the other hand.
I could eat the whole thing.
And what's the secret ingredient that has these wings flying off the plate? This guy. Want more food paradise? Visit travelchannel.com/foodparadise for exclusive video and pictures from this episode. Portland, Oregon is known for beards, flannel shirts, and a DIY spirit. So it's no surprise that hungry hipsters are happy to get handy when they nosh. And for that, the perfect place in Portland is Pok Pok. Located in the southeast part of the city, it fittingly serves Southeast Asian food, from street specialties to pub grub to home cooking.
I love eating with my hands, even at home. Just makes it yummier.
I don't know how to explain it.
Better grip. You can just
Yeah, it's just like
Get
getting
a
that
lot more
perfect
stuff,
bite.
yeah.
It's my heritage. I'm Laos. This is Thai food. Same thing. Grew up with the same food. The only utensil we ever had was a spoon for soup. So everything else was ate with your hands.
Like just something about getting into the food and like having the food all on my fingers, much more satisfying.
You need napkins. It's gonna get messy.
Chef Andy Ricker opened the first Pok Pok in 2007, serving the finger-friendly foods he fell in love with on trips to Thailand.
I think what people like about finger food is that you can have a drink in one hand and your food in the other hand. It's a nice way to eat.
Next vacation, Thailand. Who's with me?
We're from Canada. I've heard about this place from all of our friends in Oregon. They say it's a must-stop on our way through.
I don't mind being messy here. Sometimes I eat it, like sometimes people are watching me, but then I don't really care because it's so awesome.
Pok Pok is best known for one dish in particular.
The Ike's Vietnamese fish sauce wings. Ike's Vietnamese fish sauce wings are something that I found while traveling in Vietnam, in Saigon, and they were amazing. I jotted down on a napkin what I thought they were, and when I got back to the United States, I went to work trying to figure out how to make them.
Andy had a hard time getting his wings just right. Then he got some help from this guy, Ike. Ike is a longtime Pok Pok employee who helped Andy finesse the flavors.
It's so good.
He gave me a little trick, which involves squeezing garlic water out to give it more flavor. And from there, we extrapolated the current recipe.
You could say that Ike's legendary flappers are overnight successes. That's how long Chef Nathan Cheek brines them in a mixture of garlic, sugar, salt, water, and strong, salty fish sauce.
The brine allows for a really moist and delicious wing.
But that's just the start.
One of the things that make the skin on our chicken wings so light and crispy is that we dredge them in this mix of rice flour and tempura batter mix.
Then the wings flap in the fryer until they're hot, golden brown, and crispy. They're tasty, they're crunchy, but they're not Ike's Vietnamese fish sauce wings. Not yet.
Our chicken wings have many flavorful steps, but this one is definitely the kicker.
Into a hot wok, Nathan pours a mixture of water, sugar, and more fish sauce. He adds a blast of hot roasted chili. Wow, my eyes are watering. Those crunchy wings take a spin to get well coated, and Nathan piles in fried garlic. Just because, you know, fish sauce and hot peppers don't add enough flavor. A few more expert tosses, and these pungent pieces of poultry are on their way to give customers sticky hands and happy taste buds.
It's so good. It's so sticky.
So good.
I could eat the whole thing.
It's definitely hard to find hot wings that hold its crispiness after it's been coated in glazed sauce, so it's one of a kind for sure. That's what I really like about it, the texture.
The saltiness and the crispiness of the skin, really, really good.
One order for me and one order for my wife, and that's where we're set. It's the best chicken wings.
Ike's wings may get a lot of love from customers, but sometimes you want to go all caveman style. Pok Pok has you covered there too. So Andy, what have you got for me?
The Sikrong Muyang.
Sikrong Muyang? I think I'll just call them Thai-style ribs.
What makes these ribs so special is a combination of the simple marinade and then the charcoal cooking method. We like to use baby back ribs here for this dish because traditionally it's what they use in Thailand.
Thailand keeps sounding better and better. And Nathan's idea of a simple marinade would blow your best backyard barbecue right out of the water.
We use a combination of ginger, white pepper, nutmeg, cinnamon, a little bit of sesame oil, soy sauce, honey, and Shaoxing cooking wine, which is a fermented rice wine from China.
It's a good sign when even the chef can't wait to get his hands on it. Lots of restaurants take ribs seriously, but Pok Pok goes to a whole new level.
We use a special compressed fruitwood charcoal from Thailand that we make ourselves.
Wow, you guys are the new barbecue kings. But this isn't a low and slow kind of barbecue. Those bone-in beauties only sit in the smoke about 2.5 hours.
In America, we think of ribs as the southern barbecue style, where they're falling off the bone, super tender. These ribs aren't that at all. This is a Thai-style barbecued rib where they've been cooked for a shorter period of time and they're chewy. The flavor stays in your mouth longer, and it's great for drinking beer.
All right, I'm sold. Thailand for every vacation from now on. Those 2 hours are well spent.
We use a honey glaze to add a little sweetness and a nice lacquer to the ribs.
And then he serves them straight up. You don't mess with perfection.
So the ribs are very smoky. The sauce is awesome. It complements the ribs.
I definitely taste the smokiness, but I'm glad that the sweet glaze is on there so it doesn't get overwhelming.
I definitely like eating with my hands, but I wouldn't say it's glamorous. It's kind of messy. Maybe not date food, but...
Sure it is, because getting your hands on the sweet and savory Asian flavors at Portland's Pok Pok is a recipe for true love. And that finishes our Finger Food Festival. Now scrap your silverware and pitch your plates. All you need to grab your grub are those things at the ends of your arms. Remember, if you're not licking your fingers, you're just not enjoying your food.
Yes.